Well, you know why he listens to The Drive, don't you? I can tell you exactly why this man listens to The Drive. Because he is the biggest fan of Bob Stroud that you would ever want to meet, and Bob Stroud is on The Drive. Bob Stroud, you know what? This man is president of the Bob Stroud crowd.
I didn't care for them at all. Get out.
Bob Stroud.
Bob Stroud and the Stroud crowd. You love Bob Stroud.
Never had any use for him.
You think he's great.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
Nothing good will come of this.
How can you talk if you haven't got a brain?
I don't know. But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Oh, you should put that speech on tape.
He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way.
Hello, Chicago, hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Gotta drink to that.
Welcome to Alternate Reality.
You for Terry Hemmert either.
What's wrong with Terry Hemmert?
I just didn't care for her at all.
You ain't like Breakfast with the Beatles?
No, I was. You know what? I was more of a Lou Jack, John Landecker fan. That was my guys. Those are my guys.
Oh, Larry Lou Jack.
John Records Landecker. That was my. Because Records
truly is his
yes, it's true to the middle. Those are the guys I listened to. Bob Stroud, man. Hemmert, she's just okay. She's just okay. But I never really understood the big fascination with Hemmert.
You know what Hemmert is?
She was you know what? She was a female disc jockey.
Well, female disc jockey, yeah. But Terry Hemmert is a fan who never lost being a fan.
Yeah.
And who, even today, if you listen to her on the radio, you can always tell deep down in her core that she is still a
fan of the Beatles. Yeah, she's
a fan of music in general, but definitely the Beatles. Yeah, that's where her core is at, is the Beatles. Terry Hemmert and I have that in common. At my core, I'm a big Superman fan, but that radiates out into all comics. I might be a huge Superman fan, but I do not discount the works of any other creators or any other characters because I like them all. I don't have a problem with Nova. I think Nova's fairly derivative, but I mean, you take Spider-Man, you take the Green Lantern Corps, you throw them together, and you got Nova.
That's so much that can be done
Human
with that
Rocket.
character. Yeah, that's so much that can be done with that character.
Marvel?
Actually, I'm surprised Marvel hasn't thrown together a movie with Nova yet, or something.
I think it's in Phase 4.
Yeah, it's probably in Phase 4.
I mean, really, they've got the Nova Corps already set up.
They apparently have a rumor this week that there's a Dark Avengers movie coming.
Yeah, they already leaked it.
Yeah. So, Phase 4, the announcement's coming probably at the end of the year, because we're getting kind of close. Once you get the name for the next Avengers film, which Mark Ruffalo already spoiled.
Would that be Annihilation?
Yeah, that would be Annihilation. Then I'm assuming they'll go, okay, this is what Phase 4 is.
He spoiled that when?
This Night Show. This week. Yeah.
And what time of the year is this?
It's fall.
It's fall.
That's
right. It's fall.
It's pumpkin spice season.
It's pumpkin spice fall season, and this is our supersized pumpkin spice fall TV movie premiere.
Yes.
This whole episode. Folks, welcome to the Alternate Reality. You have come to probably one of our best episodes ever. This one here is going to be great because, unlike most episodes, which run under an hour,
this will be long.
And I make a point of keeping these episodes under an hour.
Yes.
Even if it's 59:59, it's under an hour.
Yes.
This episode will not. I am breaking the mold for this one episode.
He's busted it open, boys and girls!
Just for this one episode. This episode is probably going to run somewhere in the neighborhood of about an hour and a half. And the reason for that is we're going to give you the fall TV and movie premiere of what's coming out, not just on TV, but also coming to the theaters. All of this wonderful fall season. My favorite time of the year.
Well, no,
that's Christmas. That's a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing.
Aren't they putting Christmas stuff up already?
No, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Hey, folks, this is Comic Book Man, and joining me today is the Music Man himself, the one and only Rod Flash. Say hi, Rod.
Hello.
And also, forming the third corner of that triangle. I still don't know why you're upset about that. The third corner of that triangle is the man with all the knowledge, the man with all the ins and the outs, the guy who knows everything, and that must be awfully, awfully depressing.
No, it's not.
the one and only Bocepheus.
How you doing, boys and girls?
Yeah, how you doing, boys and girls? And, of course, the alternate reality is located at Alternate Reality, the best little comic book store in the world, located in the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all of your new comics are always 15% off every day for everyone. New Comic Wednesday starts at 7 a.m., so come on down bright and early. We are the first ones on the planet with your new comics, and we've got them at 15% off. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about the fall TV and movie premiere. And like I said, this is going to be our extended episode, and we're going to start off with television.
Yes.
We're going to do television. In the second half of the show, we're going to do movies, so don't go anywhere. And, Bo, how do you want to break this down? Network, shows, genre? How do you want to break this down?
Let's go with shows.
Okay, you're going to break it down by shows.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the first show you want to talk about?
A show that I thought would be interesting, a pedigree. It's a non-genre show. Oh, A Million Little Things. Have you watched it?
I've seen it.
I saw the first episode.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen the billboards for it.
Yeah, ABC did like about 3 billboards. They did A Million Little Things, they did The Rookie, and they did some comedy that they're doing. But they didn't really go heavily into that, and CW's been doing it as well.
Single parents.
A Million Little Things, I looked at it and I go, oh yeah, I need to watch this. And it was pretty good.
Better than Lethal Weapons premiere?
Oh, much better than Lethal Weapons premiere.
I don't know how that could possibly be.
Oh, for one, Million Little Things is actually a serious thing, and Lethal Weapons is a frothy thing. The premise is interesting with that thing. It's friends who meet each other. They're trapped in an elevator at a Boston Bruins game, and they become friends. They go to games and they hang out together, and one of the members, Ron Livingston, who's a hell of a good actor, he's in a lot of stuff. In the first episode, he kills himself. And so the show's going to be like, why did he do it? And of all his friends, what secrets do they have? Because in the first episode, you're going, okay, he kills himself. One guy almost kills himself. One guy's got cancer. The other guy's talking about leaving his wife. Yeah, and so you're going, okay, this is kind of interesting. How's this going to work? The guy from Psych is actually good.
James Roday.
He's acting in this thing, and I was impressed. I'm like, damn, I thought you were just some goofy clown.
No, he's a good actor.
He's got a beard, and I'm like, this is pretty good. I mean, it's not a genre thing; it's a drama, and I'm sort of wondering how they're going to work this thing out. How's it going to go? And also, I know you didn't like it. I watched the first episode of Magnum P.I. It's about as stupid and as inane as the original, and it works out just fine.
Does this guy have as much charisma as Tom Selleck?
No.
That's going to be a big problem.
No. I've only watched the first episode.
Okay.
So
you can't tell yet.
I can't tell yet.
I can't tell yet. I do like the dynamic. To me, the dynamic of the friends in this one works better than the other one. There's a reason for them all to be together, and I like the fact that Higgins is female.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's what I said was taken away from.
Yeah, I like the fact that she's female.
Well, the dynamic for the original was they were all from Vietnam.
Yeah,
they were all guys that met in Vietnam.
In this one, you get to see a fourth friend. They go out and they do stuff, and the characters are all interesting. And you get the typical cop. Magnum, you need to stop investigating in this police business. Stay away from this and leave us alone. Well, I can't. Because I'm Magnum, and I'm driving a Ferrari, which isn't mine, and the dogs are still chasing him, which is like, okay, shouldn't the dogs like him by now?
What's going to mess that up is the fact that the Ferrari keeps getting blown up or crashed and stuff.
Robert Masters can afford to buy a Ferrari without even trying hard.
That was sort of like the mistake of the first one. This one here, it's like he blew up 2 of them in like one episode.
Yeah, first episode, 2 of them get destroyed.
As much
Robin
as I wanted to like
it. And it's like, I'm like, okay.
As much as I wanted, I just kept being more gravitated towards the Higgins character. And I'm going, this isn't Higgins. This is supposed to be Magnum.
Yeah, with Higgins, they basically turn her into Alfred in Gotham. She's an ex-agent.
She's
an ex-MI6 agent, and they're because she's a female and Magnum's a male, they're kind of hinting that the two of them have some level of attraction to each other. And Jay Hernandez, I don't dislike Jay Hernandez. Is he Tom Selleck? No. But I don't dislike him.
It's not the disliking part. It's the fact that Magnum is like an icon character. It's like doing Gunsmoke and having someone else playing a James Arnett character. And whether you hate it or not, that is an iconic TV show for that channel.
Well, no, here's the thing. Tom Selleck was to Magnum what Jack Lord was to Hawaii Five-0.
Right.
And they've managed to reboot Hawaii Five-0.
Right.
So I'm not saying that they couldn't with this, but Jack Lord was at the end of his career with Hawaii Five-0. Tom Selleck's crew was on the ascendancy.
He just started
with Magnum. So you could say that Hawaii Five-0 was more of a structured type project where Magnum, you always got the impression that we're moving on to new stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, every episode of Y50 was exactly the same.
And really,
the only thing that changed were the names of the people in the cast. But outside of that, every episode was the same. You always got a feeling with Magnum that you're moving a storyline forward from season to season to season.
Yeah.
And I think part of that was because of you had Tom Selleck, whose star was on the ascendancy, as opposed to Jack Lord, who was very comfortable with his role.
I'm just going to walk around in a suit, my hair's not going to move, and I'm going to solve crimes. But I'm not really solving any crimes because, a 4-year-old kid can figure out how these things worked.
Well, there's never any episodes that did like Jack Lord, Steve McGarrett background stuff.
Yeah, he's like,
you never knew anything about.
He's like,
there's one episode in the first season about his sister, and that's it.
Yeah,
she's never mentioned again.
Whereas in the modern version, McGarrett's actually interesting. Jack Lord wasn't interesting. He was Jack Lord.
Okay, moving on.
Oh, the Rookie. You looking for the Rookie?
Because of Nathan Fillion. Yeah.
The man who never was Green Lantern and should be?
Yeah. The man who at some point will play a superhero.
Let me tell you who Nathan Fillion is. He's the 21st century version of Robert Urich.
Yeah.
Okay.
I go with that.
I kept looking at it, I'm going, this is Robert Urich, because ABC has done what? 3 shows centered around him, including this one.
Yeah.
And it's like, as long as he stays the way he is, he's always going to have a job at ABC.
If Robert Urich was around today, he would be in line for playing some character.
He would play some character. I mean, you have to think about Nathan Fillion. Nathan Fillion started out in All My Children and ABC soap opera.
Right.
And then he did a girl and a guy in a pizza place. And you went, well, this is Ryan Reynolds. He's a big star. And Nathan Fillion, well, he's a TV guy.
And then he goes.
And then he hung out with Joss Whedon and he did a bunch of stuff with Joss Whedon. And then he did Castle. And then this one, he's a 40-year-old? 40-year-old guy who decides to become a cop. Fillion is able to underplay everything. This will be a charm show.
Now, is it just him? This show is a remake of the original?
No.
Because that's the first thing I thought of when I saw this. Oh, they're remaking the Rookies.
Yeah, I was trying to DVR it, and my Comcast is doing the same thing. What rookie are you looking for? And I'm like, are you looking for the Clint Eastwood movie? No. Are you looking for the TV series? No.
Yeah, the TV series.
I'm looking for the brand new series. Oh, okay, that's the one. Yeah.
So this show isn't following 3 cops and they're
just
going through the
him as an older cop deciding to go to a midlife crisis and become a cop. And so the humor is him being an older guy around younger cops, and he's a fish out of water. He's older than everyone else. He's partnered with a young black partner, and she's like, when she's a rookie or she's young, and he's like, I got to work with this guy? Really? Him? He's too old to do this. He's too old for this.
This stuff.
Okay,
that's the Rookie.
Well, what shows are you looking forward to? Brand new shows.
The new Doctor Who.
Okay.
I want to see this whole entire season now because...
So you actually want to get in at the beginning and follow it week to week to week.
Exactly, because of the new Doctor, not because of the one, because she can act.
Yeah.
And I went back and saw the Broadchurch.
No, they can all act.
I meant like
You mean as opposed to David Tennant or Matt Smith coming in, you didn't know if they could act.
She's going out of her way to be inclusive to as many people as possible for the show. I'm sure a lot of that is because there are fans that are just ready to backlash her very first chance they get. Because some people just...
She's not tall enough.
Well, some people just can't stand the fact that
I don't like it.
It's a woman.
It's a woman.
So they're waiting to start doing their Twitter rants 3 seconds after the thing's off the air. I think that there's an actual publicity campaign out there to try to make sure that she is as accessible to people as possible, and as welcoming as possible.
Well, yeah, and they said she's actually a really nice, friendly, sociable person to begin with. And Chris Chibnall basically said when he took over, the Doctor Who's going to be a female. That's my point. She's going to be a female, or I'm not doing the show. And BBC went, okay.
Well, the only problem with that is that's a great first start.
Yeah.
But what do you have after that?
Well,
I mean, he might not have anything to back that up.
Well,
which is what you'll find out this season as you go from episode to episode.
Yeah.
Does Chibnall have an idea in his head, or doesn't he?
I've never seen anything Chibnall's ever done which does not suggest he's never not had an idea.
Yeah. Well, see, of all the writers that Doctor Who have had, and they so far, the producers of the show, they pulled out of the writing pool.
Yeah.
Stephen Moffat was a writer.
Yeah.
Chibnall was a writer.
Yeah.
On the scale of who's a better writer, Moffat was like above Chibnall. Not that Chibnall was a terrible writer, but he was definitely lower than Moffat.
Yeah. Well, he also wrote more episodes. So.
Yeah. But
Chibnall wrote a bunch of good episodes.
But Davies before him, before both of them, he also wrote episodes too. He's the guy that originated bringing the show back to the BBC, but he also wrote some episodes too.
So, what else?
I watched the second episode of Manifest. Now I'm intrigued more and more on that.
I saw on Facebook a lot of people, after watching the second episode, tuned out.
Yeah. Because now it's becoming a little murder mystery.
Manifest is the show of the airplane that takes off one day and comes back 3 years later.
Yeah, 5 years later.
5 years later, but the people on board the plane, all they've experienced is like the last hour or two on the plane.
They thought they were on the plane. And it's being produced by Robert Zemeckis.
But the planes actually went missing.
It's sort of like a long Twilight Zone episode.
It's lost. It's lost on a plane. It's lost.
It's lost except they're found?
No, there's something different. There's a...
well, of course there's going to be some tweaks, but it's basically lost.
Well, one of the big tweaks is that each one of them was told after the plane blew up, nobody talks about this. We're still investigating what the hell happened to you guys for 5 years. Because all you can tell us is that your phones went dead, turbulence, and next thing you know, the plane lands. You guys been missing for 5 years. So now you got families that have moved on, had funerals and everything.
Well,
and then
been dead for 5 years.
And now the survivors, certain things are happening to them. Like they're hearing voices. Like the girl who plays the cop. There's voices telling her to do stuff. And from time to time, there may be good stuff like rescue that person. Last week's episode had this situation where there's a shadow. The kid that has leukemia apparently has it, but it's sort of slowly going to remission. And he picked up this little scene where he's sketching a family, and there's a black shadow that's falling behind each one of them now.
See?
So we don't know if it's like either Twilight Zone or Final Destination.
I would willing to bet it's more Twilight Zone. Zemeckis, I think, was a big Twilight Zone fan. Who actually went to school here in Illinois. He and Bob Gill went to Northern. Zemeckis is like a local kid. Got any comedies you like? Did you watch Murphy Brown?
Yes, I did watch Murphy Brown.
And?
Oh, those jokes.
I really honestly never watched much of the original at all.
I knew it was going to be anti-Trump, but they could have done something with the fact she said that she went on a date with Trump. But now it's like everything comes out of her mouth now. It's like pro-Democrat. You know, Tim, those shows when they go from the far left to the far right, and one just strays so far to the left that you go, oh man, really?
But that's what Murphy Brown was.
No, but it's
I don't know of any shows that have gone from the far left to the far right.
They don't flip.
You know what I mean? One is far left and one is far right. Yeah, one goes all the way over to the left and one goes all the way over to the right.
So you're saying like Last Man Standing with Tim Allen?
Oh man,
which is heavily conservative, and then The Conners, which will be apparently not conservative when it pops up.
You know what's going to mess up Last Man Standing is probably they're going to sit up there and go, you know what, we got a season and a half out of it. At least we gave them a chance.
Haven't they canceled it?
No, it's on Fox.
No, I mean, I know originally
ABC canceled.
They brought it back, but I mean, haven't they canceled it now? I mean, how many years is this thing going to go on?
It's not last.
What, episode 2 has popped up. Episode 1 probably did pretty good. The ratings of the problem with that, in fact, is
Friday night.
Well, it's on Friday night. Yeah, it's a Friday night comedy. It's light. It's frothy. But the biggest problem is the fact that the people who canceled your show now own your network. So exactly how much leeway do you think you got to get? Yeah, you had a home, and now all of a sudden, what?
The first episode,
I got a new landlord.
Disney.
Wait a minute, hold on, I got a new landlord. Yeah. Go ahead and rip them now.
He was ripping Disney. Now,
we own you now. Good luck with that, dude. Good luck with that.
I'll say season and a half, and then go to summer, and then cancel.
I think it'll go a full season, and then that'll be it. Because by the time you get to fall 2019, that's when the WWE comes to Fox. You lose programming time.
Right.
You're losing 5 hours of programming in October 2019. Which means pickings get kind of slim at that.
And they're going to be heavily promoting.
Oh, they're going to be pimping the living crap out of the WWE on all Fox Sports and everything else. Yeah, so you're losing 5 hours of programming. So your ratings better be pretty damn good because I've got less hours.
The other one I'm loving now is Iron Fist season 2. I love it.
Well, it's not exactly a fall premiere show. I mean,
Netflix does. I've watched stuff. I watch it like a fall.
Technically, with the streaming service, everything's in the fall. Because you watch it when you want to watch it.
Yeah, that's how I watched it. That's
the thing.
Well, there are some shows that actually come in the fall, like Daredevil 2 is coming out. Every Daredevil series has come out in October.
Yeah.
Stranger Things 3 is coming out. That's a Halloween show.
That's a Halloween show.
Every one of those has come out in October. Yeah. So I mean, those are
Those are legitimately fall shows. But yeah, if you have,
I don't know about Iron Fist.
No, that's how I watch it though. I watched it in the first week of September.
The Silverman method. If you haven't watched it, it's new to you. Yeah. So you watched Fist. Have you finished it yet?
No.
The storyline with his brother is just fascinating, isn't it?
That guy. Well, no. Actually, everyone's saying that guy, the guy playing his brother, playing Tom, Ward Kid, he's the best part of the show.
But he's not Iron Fist. The show's called Iron Fist.
But he's not Iron Fist.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the actor. What I'm saying is, why are we spending so damn much time talking about the brother's story when it isn't that important?
Because he has to take.
No, it's a problem with all the Netflix stuff. We find a couple of secondary characters and we throw a couple episodes their way because we don't have enough story to pad this thing out for 13 episodes.
But since you have
let's explore this fascinating secondary or tertiary character. And it's like, the name of the damn show is Luke Cage, or it's Jessica Jones, or it's Iron Fist. Why are we spending all this time on this secondary character?
But we can't spoil it for you because you haven't seen all of them, and he and I have.
Right.
But did you like the Ed Brubaker stuff?
Yes.
Okay, you'll be quite happy with the ending.
The last 20 minutes are great. The 12 hours and 40 minutes before that.
It's only 10 episodes. It's only 10 episodes.
Okay, 10. Okay, the 9 hours and 40 minutes before then.
Okay. And Daredevil starts on the 19th, and it's Daredevil versus Daredevil. Actually, it's Daredevil versus Bullseye. Bullseye wearing the Daredevil costume. That's why Matt Murdock's wearing black. Because Bullseye is wearing the current costume. And Wilson Fisk is out of jail, and basically this is...
Vincent D'Onofrio's in the suit.
Yeah, the white suit looking at the white wall. It's not Born Again, but it's close to it.
Also, Karen Page doesn't get it then.
Karen Page doesn't die. She doesn't become a junkie. And these things aren't going to happen because they only happen in the comics. Marvel said they would love to have more seasons of Daredevil, because he said every season has had a different executive producer, and everyone's come up with a different take. But they said, well, it's up to Netflix. But Netflix's attitude is, as long as we keep doing them, we keep the license. So I would imagine by the time it's over with, they'll be announcing season 4.
So Marvel was dumb enough to sign yet another Fox deal with Netflix. As long as they keep making them, they get to keep the license.
Well, yeah, and their attitude.
That's a problem they have with Fox and Sony.
Yeah, but Marvel Entertainment is making the Netflix shows. Netflix is not making the shows. Marvel's making the shows. They're their shows.
But Netflix gets them.
But Netflix gets to run them, and I'm assuming that we're going to have some kind of deal that they'll get to run them on the new Disney streaming thing whenever that gets done. And you've got all the superhero stuff coming out. None of them have popped up yet. They're all popping up this month. Flash, Green Arrow, still in jail, fighting, crime. Batgirl's popping back up.
Batwoman.
Without Legends of Tomorrow. They're not part of the
Legends of Tomorrow is supposed to be a little bit more friendlier now.
Well, the big crossover introduces Batwoman.
Yeah.
Legends aren't in the crossover.
And the crossover is called Elseworlds. That's the name of the big crossover, which is about Legends.
Is this going to take place on a different Earth?
Well, this is going to take
Gotham
place...
isn't going to be in the Arrow universe?
Gotham will exist somewhere.
Well, obviously.
I guess it'll be part of this thing. You still can't use Bruce Wayne. You can use Batwoman. They can't use Bruce Wayne. But yeah, all those stuff coming up. The Gifted, have you watched it yet?
Yes, love The Gifted. That's probably the best.
You hate the show.
That's probably the best.
Puts me to sleep.
Oh my God.
It puts you to sleep.
Oh, I'm boring as hell.
He doesn't like it.
The little girl loves it at home. I mean, really.
I've watched it with him, but believe me, you can't sit there and not watch it without complaining about it.
I am so tired of hearing about the mutants.
I think that's why you hate the mutants. That's why you don't like them.
If they throw on some costumes and actually do something, I might care about it. But otherwise, it's a bunch of guys walking around in street clothes with maybe 4 demonstrations of powers in an hour, bitching about how nobody loves them and how they're outcasts and how the government's after them. If I was an X-Men fan, Sentinel Security Services... This is how we're working the Sentinels into the thing. We're going to make them a bunch of rent-a-cops driving around in cars.
Make them giant robots.
What the hell's the point?
When the budget comes up, they can get a giant robot in there.
Don't do it in the first place, then.
You're not going to have giant robots running around. What the hell's wrong with you?
I know, it's the budget. It's too much money.
It's a TV show.
Then
it's not a movie.
Don't do it in the first place. Don't bring up Sentinels in the first place.
If you're going to do X-Men, you have to talk about the Sentinels.
No, you don't. They managed to get through all the first X-Men movie without talking about the Sentinels at all. And all of the second X-Men movie about talking about the Sentinels at all. They didn't even get around to it until the third one in the Danger Room, and they didn't even mention it. It was just a head that all the fans went, oh, I know what that is.
I remember that one.
It was you were 5 movies into the X-Men before the Sentinels actually showed up and did something.
And those were the worst looking Sentinels I've ever seen.
Well, you're right, but at least they did them. But no, you're right.
They were there.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about shows that are returning this fall. And we'll be right back after this. Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Most people don't know this, but I got my start in comics retail on February 20th, 1978, when I became the store manager of the Comic Book Emporium. 16 years later, I opened Alternate Reality on August 20th, 1994. Like Superman's penchant for double L's, it seems the 20th has always been an important part of my life. I respect that heritage, which is why we have a Founders Day sale on the 20th of each month here at the store. Every 20th, stop by and you'll save 20% off all of your purchases all day long, only at Alternate Reality. And we're back. We talked about some of the new shows that are out right now. What about some of the returning shows that are coming out this year? We got like Walking Dead. We mentioned the CW universe, but we should probably get a little bit deeper into that since it's like the biggest superhero comic book franchise on TV right now. And what about Gotham? Gotham's got their, 12 episodes?
Gotham
episodes? Is saying goodbye.
Shane West.
Well, they're saying goodbye, but they've got 12 or 13 episodes.
They got 12 or 13. They still haven't officially said how many episodes there are, which is really strange. Hush.
Oh, really?
Shane West, who's done a whole bunch of stuff, is hinting he's either playing Hush or Bane.
Don't bring back Bane. No Bane. No.
What?
Give me Tom Hardy with the freaking gas mask.
Well, I don't want that either.
Yeah.
I don't want Bane. I'd rather have Hush.
Especially since they're wrapping the show up, they really don't need to flush out every character in the Batman pantheon into Bruce's late teenage years just to do it. I mean, some of these characters should still be off into the future somewhere. We don't.
Doesn't Batman have a bigger rogues gallery than anybody in the DC universe?
Yeah, he does, and we've seen a lot of them.
Yeah,
we've seen a lot of them over the last 4 years.
Yeah, but Shane West is playing some character who's helping Bruce because Gotham is all screwed up. And apparently, as the season progresses, we realize that he may not be as pure as we think. Now, he could be playing Bane. He could be playing someone else, but he's sort of hinting he's playing Bane. You've got Walking Dead. Yes, Rick is going away, although he's not dying.
Yeah, that's the thing. Rick isn't dying, but he's leaving the show.
He's leaving the show.
Which means he can come back.
He's also directing an episode. Andrew Lincoln's going to direct an episode this year.
They even taglined it to The Walking Dead, The Last Ride of Rick Grimes.
Yeah, Last Ride of Rick Grimes. He's probably going to go off somewhere and look for stuff. And he can come back whenever he wants to.
Well, he's either going to go away or get kidnapped or something. But no, I don't think they're going to kill him because I think they want to use him for guest starring appearances. Well, just because he wants to go back home and watch his kids grow up, which is great, doesn't mean he can't come back for an episode or two. Yeah, same way Morgan did.
Well, Lincoln basically said, even though I'm done with this season, I'm not done with Rick Grimes. No, he's not dying. People assume, well, they're going to kill him. No, they're not going to kill him. Kirkman also said this week, he said, well, Rick will die in the comics at some point. And if he dies on the TV show, it won't be the same death. They're not going to die the same. And Big Bang Theory. I watched the season premiere. A SmackDown with Cosmos guy.
Oh, Neil deGrasse
Tyson.
Oh, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, it was a SmackDown between him and Sheldon. At the end, it was a SmackDown between him and
Bill Nye, the science guy. And Bill Nye
he spent a lot of time hanging around the comic store.
Yeah, they did. They spent a lot more time on there.
Yeah, I'm like, they don't usually spend this much time hanging out. I'm like, are they actually going to have this character who owns the store to do more stuff? Because this is the last year, and so you can go whatever the hell you want.
Since I don't watch the show because I live in that universe, so I don't really need to watch it.
The show's it's not involved completely around the comics.
It's about nerds.
We're all nerds in some way.
Well, you know what? I don't need to wallow in it. And there is a thing out there about the show isn't laughing with you, it's laughing at you. There is a certain.
I never really got that idea from watching the show.
Yeah, I have. It's not pronounced. It's not slap in the face, but there's a definite undercurrent of that there in the show.
I never really got that idea.
I have.
Have you?
It's one of the reasons. It's one of the reasons the show turns me off. But what I was going to ask you was, if you watch this thing, did anything Marvel show up in the comic book store, or is it still boycotted?
It's still boycotted. Yeah,
it's the only comic book store on the face of the earth that's boycotting Marvel comics.
Well, for all we know, when they're in the store reading comics, they may be reading Marvel comics, but they never go, "Hi, this is what I'm reading," and hold.
No, it's always been DC and some sort of independent book.
It's a Warner Brothers show.
Yeah, it's a Warner show. That's why I brought that up. It's a Warner show.
It's a Warner show.
Whatever you do, make sure you hold that Batman issue up.
Well, no. They never hold the books up for you to see them, but they're posted in the store.
No. There's been scenes where the scene where they're in the racks looking at pulling out books and stuff. Don't they all own each one of those issues? Because they're always in the back issue, opening up and reading it in there. And
Maybe
stuff.
They missed the issue.
That's probably the reason why you hate it.
No,
they're reading the books. They're reading the books and not buying them.
No, I don't see that. I don't watch it that much to pick that up. But I have watched it enough to know that comic book store is very bare on anything that's not DC.
Yeah, it's basically Marvel.
I mean, it's not just Marvel. It's also Image. It's also Dark Horse. It's like everything. Yeah. It's a very DC centric store.
Very strange. Oh yeah, this first episode you actually saw the rest of the store. There's like a couch and people sit. And I'm like, oh, they actually built a new set for the last year. Well, what the hell? It's the last year. We got money. Screw it.
We were talking before about the CW. You mentioned Arrowverse. Arrow is back in jail.
Arrow's back in prison, and he's in Iron Heights.
Now, years ago, they were planning on doing
a Supermax film.
The Supermax film. Is this supposed to essentially be that?
Basically, more or less is. And the weird thing about this is, of course, Oliver Queen's in jail, but...
Well, Green Arrow is in jail.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But there's a Green Arrow running around the city fighting crime. So, like, well, who's wearing the costume? It's not Dig. So who is it?
Easy Out. There you go. He gets out of jail then.
No. Well, I'm assuming by the time the year's over, he'll be out of jail. He's like, I spent the whole year.
Oh, I don't think it won't be the whole year. I think he'll be out in the after about 4 or 5 episodes.
I think he'll be out like by the middle of it because they'll go, well, if you said you're the Green Arrow, there's a guy running around in a Green Arrow.
Yeah, it's sort of like what happened with Flash.
Right. How can we say you're the Green Arrow when there's a guy running around in a Green Arrow outfit? Yeah. And I guess the Flash first images a cicada popped up.
Yeah.
That's a good character, Cicada.
Well, hopefully he's better than the Thinker. I mean, that was a long season.
Oh, that was from the first season, first episode up until the last.
Yeah, it was the whole season, one end to the other. And the character was not that interesting. I mean, I watched that whole season thinking to myself, the only reason they're doing this is to have an excuse to introduce these new characters. This guy is the doorway to them getting the Elongated Man and the Fiddler and whoever the hell else they introduced. But they introduced at least 7 or 8 characters throughout the season. That is an easy, neat, and clean way instead of having to thump through an origin for every one of them. Oh, it was this portal to the dark matter universe, and that's how they got their powers. Bam, you're done. Easy explanation.
And the Black Lightning's adding a couple more superheroes. But I don't think it's getting a full season. I think it's another 13-episode season. The guy playing the boyfriend who ends up with the powers, he's going to be a regular this year with the powers. Maybe Greg Henry will be back. I like Greg Henry. Is the evil guy.
That's good for 13 seasons for Black Lightning.
Yeah, I don't really think you can go farther than that. I think that
13 episodes. And then it takes time off and then come back with another 13 episodes. You can take a break because,
at some point you have to move past the city limits of Freeland.
Well, it wasn't until season 2 that they anchored Supergirl on another Earth.
Yeah.
When they had the first crossover between Flash and Supergirl, when they actually said, no, you're not on our Earth, you're on a different Earth. Yeah. But, we can figure out how to get across the parallel Earths whenever the hell we want to. It's like taking a bus downtown.
But the Black Lightning universe exists in the same universe as the Arrow universe.
But does it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. But they haven't said that on the show yet.
No, well, they've more or less hinted at it.
Well, if it does, then they need to expand the show into the Arrowverse.
Right.
So they can start bringing in characters. The same way Flash did. Flash did the same thing.
Yeah, he'll be part of the crossover as far as I know. Yeah, so it'll happen.
There's more material out there to work with for the Flash and for Supergirl, and they managed to make material for Arrow, but there's more material for Arrow. There just aren't that many Black Lightning stories out there. Yes. You've got to make a lot of this stuff up, so you need to borrow a lot of it. You're going to need to borrow stuff if you ever want to go past 13 episodes from the rest of the Arrowverse or some other part of the DC universe. There just aren't that many Black Lightning stories.
And, of course, you've got The Expanse from Amazon for all you folks who want. I like this show on Sci-Fi. They canceled it. Well, Amazon has it, and they're making it right now.
So. Sci-Fi is bringing back Krypton for another season. And Lobo's showing up.
Lobo. They hired a guy to play Lobo, some British guy. He's playing Lobo. Actually, there's a picture of him pop on the internet yesterday.
I saw it. That was a nice picture of him.
It's like, oh, it's Lobo. Oh.
No, it's the traditional Lobo, not the GQ Lobo. That
no, it's not the Spippy Lobo with the shiny hair and all that.
It's the traditional Lobo.
Yeah, with the big goatee and all
So is this guy like buff and built, or is he like
the picture I saw, he's not a huge guy.
Lobo's like a huge guy.
But then again, nobody on Krypton are huge. They're all the biggest guy.
Well, Lobo's not from Krypton. He's a Caesarian.
Yes, he's a Caesarian. And I guess we'll figure out exactly why Adam Strange is in this world and going, what the hell happened?
I don't know what the hell Adam Strange is doing there, but, if all they're going to do with him is have him walk around in a Detroit Tigers baseball cap and a hoodie, why don't you just flush him, and send him back to Earth on a Xenobeam? Because you're not doing anything interesting.
Well, he's in a world because the future got changed.
Yeah, I get that. He's not doing anything interesting.
Well, he's not going to wear it. Do you think he's going to wear the outfit he wears in the comics?
He should wear something outside of a hoodie and a baseball cap.
It's a rocket pack.
Okay, where's he going to get a rocket pack there?
Well, if he had come with it in the first place like he's supposed to, it wouldn't be an issue.
Maybe he'll find one. Maybe the dead grandfather will say, oh, by the way, I made this thing, and no one ever used it. Why don't you wear it?
Well, in the original story, he takes a Zenda beam to... Planet Ran. Takes a Zenda beam to Planet Ran, and then everything he gets after that's from Ran. The jetpack, the ray gun, all that stuff. It's from Ran because it's much more advanced technology.
Maybe he'll pop from the place he is now at the end of the season to Ran, because they keep talking about, I need to get back to my wife. I need to get back to my wife. I need to get back to my wife.
I wish he would, because they're not doing anything with him that's interesting. Really, I mean, what's the point of using him if you're not going to do anything with him? Except be the Deus Ex Machina for keeping the story going.
You need to be here, because if you're not here, then this is what's going to happen.
They could have done the same thing with Jimmy Olsen, for Christ's sake. Hi, I'm here with Superman's cape. He hasn't done anything else.
How's Jimmy Olsen going to get there? How's he going to get there?
Who cares?
Is he going to walk?
Make it up.
Is he going to take a cab?
Make it up.
Space cabbie going to drop him
Make it up. You know, for a guy who reads comics most of his life, you have like no imagination whatsoever.
Adam Strange is fine.
He doesn't do anything.
They could do a Carter Hall thing in there, because apparently Carter Hall
They were supposed to have Hawk Girl in there, I thought, last year. They were supposed to have rolled the Thangarians in. They never did.
Who told you that?
That was in the original publicity for the thing, that Thanagar was going to show up. Because Krypton, it's not part of any sort of alliance, but Krypton and Thanagar are aware of each other.
No, they did mention each other during the episode of the houses and stuff. And they did mention them. All we know is that Lobo's popping up. And I'm assuming the show will go about 5 years. So.
Okay, one other thing I want to mention before we move on to movies. Well, we're still talking about TV, and it's the fall, and the DC streaming service has launched already. I don't know what the state is of the shows. I know Titans is the first one.
Titans is the first one out, but apparently the guy who plays Beast Boy is walking around the New York City Comic Con in a green coat. A green furry coat. And Titans is already renewed for season 2.
Well, great.
So they said, we're going for season 2 already.
Now, the stuff they're doing on the streaming service is Titans, Swamp Thing.
They're casting Swamp Thing now.
I thought I heard something about Renee Montoya was cast.
No,
that was in Batwoman.
Yeah, but no, Renee Montoya was cast in the Birds of Prey movie. She's going to be played by Rosie Perez.
Is there a Birds of Prey movie coming?
Yeah.
Isn't Doom Patrol supposed to be on the stream?
Oh yeah, Doom Patrol is.
Yeah, that's right, because the pictures
Matt
of
Bomer, the guy who could have been Superman, is playing the Negative Man.
So you get a guy that good looking, you put bandages all over him and just go.
You don't really get to see Brendan Fraser's face either.
And you got what's his face playing the Chief.
Yeah, you get
James Bond.
Timothy Dalton on the Chief.
Oh, I can actually see him doing the Chief.
Yeah, they're shooting that. I think they're starting to shoot that right now. Swamp Thing, they're kind of casting. Like I said, we already told you before that Abby Arcane's being played by the girl who played Falcone in the last season of Gotham, and they're adding more cast members at that point. But yeah, the DC streaming service is out right now.
Avoid the Titans like the plague.
The trailer that popped up at the San Diego Comic-Con was lame. There's a new trailer out there which we Americans are not allowed to see because it's...
I saw it this week.
Okay, yeah.
I saw it this week.
Because Netflix...
It's Raven-centered. It's very Raven-centered.
Yeah, because Netflix picked up the rights to run the show, so people overseas do not have to buy the streaming service. They can watch it on Netflix.
Well, people overseas can see it on Netflix.
Yeah.
You can't see it at home on Netflix.
No, you can't.
And if you're in Europe or England, you can see it on Netflix.
Yeah, because
although I don't understand why, because if it's on the streaming service, you can't stream in Europe.
Well, I'm sure if you use
the internet's the internet.
Well, I'm sure if you use the Kobe or the thing you've got, it's out. Yeah, you probably could.
A Roku stick will pull that up.
A Roku stick will pull it up.
Well, no, if you live in France and you subscribe to DC Universe's streaming service, then you can see all this stuff because it's there.
See everything.
So I don't see why it's on Netflix for them over there.
I tried to watch the trailer this week and it wouldn't let me. You can't watch this in your country.
It was online. It was
online for about a day before they pulled it.
It's not good.
I went on record earlier in the year about people who were bitching about Beast Boy and Corey Starfire being black and Beast Boy not having a green face. No, I said, wait until you get to the point where we get closer to see what they're actually doing with the characters, because a couple of shots of them standing around off camera waiting for their next scene is not the best time to judge.
They're out in the cold and says she's wearing a coat. Well, she's not wearing a coat. She's in the cold wearing a coat on the street.
And as far as Starfire goes, up until now, they haven't really shown much of anything with her. Yeah. In this trailer, they do. Yeah. And she's black. She's not orange. She's black. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm checked out. As I said months ago, got nothing to do with the actress being black. It has everything to do with
Corey always been orange. She's always been orange.
If you're going to pull a Martian Manhunter thing on me, where the guy who's Martian Manhunter is like John Jones 90% of the time, and he shows up in the Martian Manhunter maybe for 2 minutes every 4th episode, screw that crap. I'm tired of that stuff.
So you're not going to buy the streaming service?
No. I haven't bought it. I heard that they have the Adventures of Superman.
Yes, it's on there.
Which almost gets me there. If they have Batman 66, then yeah, I'm there. But buying it for that show, no, I don't care about that show at this point. Starting with F Batman to Corey being black.
DC is 100% at fault with this. They bastardized the Titans to the point where it hurts me to even mention the name because of the fact that I grew up reading the book and I was like, this is like the second best team in DC Universe next to the Justice League. At the time, for me growing up.
I look at these trailers for this show, and all I think of is these guys are a bunch of a-holes.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing in this that makes me think of the Teen Titans.
Speaking of a-holes, Amazon's The Boys trailer is impressive as hell.
Amazon is kicking butt.
It's basically them talking about the corporation, and then the last shot, which is the money shot, is all of them sitting there. And by the way, Simon Pegg is playing Wee Hughie's father. Is them all sitting there watching this TV commercial which is being run. They all give the camera the finger. And they go, The Boys, coming this fall.
Oh, man.
But that's what The Boys is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Titans, not so much.
Well, I'm not going to buy the streaming service anyway. I have no interest in buying a streaming service. But I'll probably end up watching the thing when it ever comes out somewhere else. I mean, Star Trek Discovery is available on video. If you want to buy it, you can buy a box set.
Star Trek Discovery doesn't insult the core audience. Titans is an insulting thing on so many levels.
Star Trek Discovery is walking a fine line right now between, we're doing something new and we're pissing off our core audience, but wait, because this is all going to make sense if you follow us along once we finally get to the end of all this. And I don't think it's going to. Because I think that there's rights problems between the movies and the TV series. And like one of the reasons why the Klingons look the way they do is to get around the rights problem.
You have to remember, we're looking at it from a comic book fan. Most people don't know who the hell the Titans are, don't care.
Well, nobody's... But I don't think anyone's going to care after this, either.
But no, they really won't. They'll get it to see the live action stuff because people want content.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to end up making their own videos like they did with the whole Nightwing situation several years ago. They're going to end up making up their own videos and trying to sell in them.
Those people got locked up.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's not going to happen.
Okay, that's going to do it for looking at the small screen. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to see what's going on in the movie theaters this fall.
Theaters.
Right after this. Good grades deserve a reward, and at Alternate Reality, we make that an actuality. If you're a grade schooler in the Chicagoland area and you get a report card, then you're eligible to join our Good Grades Club. Each A gets you a 2% discount and each B a 1% discount, up to a possible total of 25% off based on your grades for this marking period. Just bring in your current report card and we'll issue you a Good Grades Club card, and every time you make a purchase, that's the discount you'll get. So stop by the store and get the discount you deserve for your good grades. And we're back. Anyway.
Is that
the fall?
Was that the Oscar song?
No, that was one movie. That was actually from the Oscar, from the movie The Oscar, which they used in when movies were movies on Channel 9 back in the late 60s, early 70s. On Sunday nights at Channel 9. I remember that quite well. The little cutout figures and the little dioramas. I remember that quite well. I didn't understand the movies, but I love that beginning with the dioramas.
We're only talking about the fall.
October, November, December of 2018. These are movies that you might want to look out for, that you might want to mark on your calendar. We're not going to give you release dates because I don't think any of these guys have got release dates written down. But these movies come out in these months.
I can tell you that October is going to be relatively loaded with a lot of these films.
Let's get to it. As far as comic book stores go, I would imagine that the big film that everyone's going to be looking to in October is going to be, of course, Tom Hardy as Venom.
Yes.
So let's talk about Tom Hardy as Venom.
But he's not beginning the movie season.
No, he's not. But that is the movie that people are in the comic book stores are going to care about.
Yeah, that's directed by the guy who did Zombieland, Ruben Fleischer. He also did Gangster Squad, which actually wasn't a bad movie. Now, right around the same time as Halloween, that'll be another film that fans of the store will be going, because the Halloween remake comes out.
Yes.
This is the one with Jamie Lee Curtis, right?
Yes, which I saw in Vegas.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's go to the top. Star is Born. Bradley Cooper, Lady Gaga. Why should anyone care about the remake of A Star is Born?
It's the third remake. James Mason.
And
Streisand.
There was another one before.
There was?
There was an earlier one. There was an early one. Frederick March. Yes, exactly.
Frederick March. As the franchise has gotten older, the male star has gotten into his own little problems. I guess in the March version of the Mason thing, they were alcoholics. And the
Unfortunately, Judy Garland was also...
Yeah, well, she was too. But back then, she was nice, innocent, and a princess. Christopherson and Streisand.
I was rooting for Christopherson in that movie.
But we already knew that Chris had issues to begin with, so it was kind of like typecasting.
I know, but that's what made him so cool, because he looked like a guy that lived the songs that he was singing.
And he was a guy who lived the songs. It's like you look at him going, well, I didn't know you had a rough life because we've heard your stories. You sound like it. And you're like, he sounds like gargling with razor blades.
Well, he was a songwriter too. I mean, he wrote a whole bunch of songs. Johnny Cash sang
a whole bunch of stuff. And he sang. He was a writer, and then all of a sudden he said, well, I can do stuff in front of the camera.
And that's in real life.
Yeah, in real life.
And his character in The Star Is Born is essentially the same guy.
Yeah, and in this one, Bradley Cooper is playing that character. But what's interesting about this film is Bradley Cooper can sing.
Yes, the surprising
I didn't know he could sing.
The surprising thing about this is when they got Lady Gaga to the role, she was doing a scene with Bradley, and she said, "Stop. We're going to do this right. You're going out with me to some clubs, and you're going to learn how to sing, because I don't lip sync." So he goes, "Really?" And she said, "You want me in this movie? We're going to sing." So all the singing that's in this movie is Bradley Cooper singing.
So this film has got two humps to get over. Can Bradley Cooper sing?
He can sing.
And can Lady Gaga act?
Everyone who's seen this film says it's incredible. And they say Cooper can sing his ass off. And he also directed. And you go, Bradley Cooper, that was the guy who was in Alias. No one ever saw Bradley Cooper being a big deal in Alias. He was like a fourth-string character there. He's going to be Matt Helm next. Wow. You're going to turn into Dean Martin. Wow. When did this happen?
But you also forgot another important part of A Star Is Born. Sam Elliott.
Yeah, Sam Elliott's in it too. And Dave Chappelle in a dramatic role. Supposed to be Eastwood was going to do this with Beyonce. And it didn't work. He couldn't get it together.
Yeah.
Well, no, he wasn't going to play the star. He was going to direct it.
As much as I like Beyonce, she doesn't have that quality that I've seen Gaga act, and she can act her butt off. Yeah. This may end up being a top 10 movie of the year.
I can tell you who's going to want to see this film. Your daughter.
Why?
Because it's got everything.
Why are there ABBA songs in it?
No,
she's crazy about ABBA right now.
But it's got a country tinge.
She's crazy about ABBA because her school's doing Mamma Mia as their second play this year. She listens to ABBA constantly, and I keep telling her, if you're going to listen to early '70s music, there is actually some good stuff out there.
But The Star Is Born starts it. My film for the month is First Man, the Ryan Gosling film, the Neil Armstrong story. You got what else?
Do you see him raising the flag in that thing?
No, you do not. We talked about that.
I can't go see it.
The flag is we don't see him actually playing the flag, but he's on the moon and the flag is actually up. So it's like, well, someone must have put it up. He was the only guy out there. The scene of him playing the flag is not in the movie. Oh. He's on the moon. The flag is seen. You just don't see him putting it in the ground. Because he said this is not going to be a rah-rah jingoistic film.
You know what you could do?
What?
There's a scene in Superman 4 where he puts the flag back into the moon.
Yeah,
just cut that scene out and drop it in, and then go on with the movie. So Superman flies in, plants the flag, flies out, and Neil Armstrong gives him a salute.
You can't say Superman 4 with that.
And you've got two other films coming out. Bad Time at the El Royale. It's directed by Drew Goddard, the guy who was working on the Sinister Six movie we were talking about. Noir. John Hamm, Jeff Bridges, a bunch of different people. And Creed 2. The trailer looks pretty damn good.
That's Sylvester Stallone.
He's directing. He's not directing. No, he's not directing. He just said it.
Well, I thought he was supposed to direct it. Everyone was complaining that he's going to ruin it.
No,
he got turned into another Rocky film.
No, he didn't. No, he's just playing Rocky. Because Ryan Coogler said, "Well, I don't have time to do it because I was doing Black Panther. I don't really have time to do this." And so they picked another director, and the trailer looks great. It's Apollo Creed's kid fighting the kid of Dolph Lundgren's Ivan Drago. And so Dolph Lundgren's in it.
Didn't Clubber Lang ever have any kids?
Apparently not.
That is so sad.
Yeah, Thunderlips didn't have any kids either. But that's October.
Let's circle back to Venom and Halloween for a minute. Halloween, now that is a remake, continuation?
No.
Reboot?
What this is take the end of the first Halloween movie by John Carpenter, where Michael Myers' character gets shot and falls off the balcony. Just pull that 20 years later where Jamie Lee Curtis' character Laurie Strode has been getting ready to go after him.
Right.
She knows he's getting out,
right.
But it's every single Halloween that was done after that first one
never happened.
So Michael Myers falls off of the roof.
Yes.
The police take him away.
Yes.
He's been locked in what I assume is either prison or an insane asylum.
Insane asylum.
Okay, insane asylum all this time.
He breaks out.
For 20 years.
After 20 years?
Yes.
Isn't this guy like
older?
A demon or something?
No, he's older. He's
what prison made of man can hold him?
What prison made of man?
He's not supernatural. And we can see him put the William Shatner mask on.
They, without giving away too much for that, he does something that's sort of a little bit funny about it. But this Michael is sort of more like the killing force of the first one.
Yeah.
Well, if you remember the first one,
they didn't have any trouble with him in prison, huh? After all this time.
Well, apparently
he's been a model prisoner.
No, apparently he didn't make friends with anybody there because
I wonder why.
Well, he walks into a room and people basically just go the opposite direction.
That's a good idea.
Like there's something off about this guy.
I'm not in here with you. You're in here with me.
Exactly. Now I went in there looking at this, going, okay. Jamie Lee Curtis is coming back to do Halloween, and they're explaining it as the next chapter.
Yeah.
I didn't care for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20 and Westwood.
What's wrong with 3?
What? The only thing good about 3 was the song. Ain't no day to Halloween, Silver Shamrock. That was it. That's the only thing good about it. But apparently she's like bat crazy. Because she's sitting up there, the sleepless nights going, he's getting out, but this time I'm coming after him instead of him coming after me.
I'm the hunter now.
So why don't they do the obvious thing and have William Shatner do a cameo in this thing?
Because Shatner just ham it up. That's why.
All they have to do is do a take at each other, stare at each other, and then walk away.
I'll be the only person in the theater clapping when Michael Myers put a shelf through him.
That's exactly what it is. I'll tell you exactly what it is. Michael Myers, he's coming through the woods and he sees a guy getting into his car. He pulls out a knife. He raises it up high. He's about to plunge it down. The guy getting into the car turns around. It's Shatner. They stare at each other for about 3 seconds. He puts down the knife, and Myers walks away, and Shatner gets in the car and leaves.
No, he has to die. No, he has to die.
I'd go for that.
They stare at each other long enough for you to see the fake two faces.
Exactly
no, he has to die. I even get the Michael's doing the head turning like this and then shoves him.
No, he would be the one guy who doesn't because he looks just like him.
He'd be like,
that's comedy.
There was a guy out there on the road who looked just like me. But it wasn't me.
Even the heaviest drama needs some comedy.
Not Shatner. No.
Speaking of comedy, what about Venom?
It'll be like Jaws. You will not see him as Venom throughout most of the film. They'll be popping him in and out, but you won't go full Venom in this movie. They're treating him like Bruce the Shark. You didn't see the shark a lot in Jaws. You just saw him doing things. So you have points where his arms go out and his face mask goes on, and parts of him turn into Venom, but you won't see him full Venom.
That's it for October. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Turkey Time, November.
Every Sunday is super at Alternate Reality with our Super Sunday Sale. Each Sunday we pick a different character, family, or publisher, and we discount all of their comics and trade paperbacks 25% off all day long. What we pick for the sale is different each week, but each Sunday you'll save 25% off. And that's all day long, all day Sunday, only at Alternate Reality.
And we're back. Okay, hitting November's movies. Widows with Steve McQueen and Viola Davis?
Steve McQueen, the guy who did 12 Years a Slave.
That's Steve McQueen. I was going to say, he's been dead since 100.
It's a remake of I think it was a British thing, Viola Davis. It was shot here in Chicago. Apparently they're all married to people who do crimes. They all get killed, and so people come after them. Colin Farrell apparently comes after them to get his money back, and so the 3 women have to go against Colin Farrell and the mob and kick butt. It's a heist film.
A good heist revenge film.
And the trailer looks great. And I like Steve McQueen's stuff. He does really good movies.
What is Bohemian Rhapsody about?
Bohemian Rhapsody is the story of one of the greatest singers in rock music, Freddie Mercury, lead singer of the rock group Queen.
Yeah. Oh, it's a biopic.
Yeah, it's a biopic.
Okay.
And this had a story behind it like you wouldn't believe.
This is the film that Bryan Singer was fired from.
Not only that, but also who else was fired from this picture?
It was something about the production of it by somebody, I remember. I remember hearing
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was already
going to play Freddie Mercury.
Okay.
And apparently he pissed off the members of the band to the point where they said
they didn't like him.
They said, you know what?
He cannot play.
He will not play Freddie
ever. Cohen was the guy who came up with the idea to do the movie. He's the one who brought in Singer, but yeah, he ticked off the other band members who still have control of the money, and they went, no, you can't play him. So they had to fire him, and they hired Rami Malek, who does Mr. Robot and a whole bunch of other stuff, to play Freddie Mercury. And, of course, while they're making the movie, Singer was acting like a jerk and abusive to the staff, so they fired him and they replaced him with another director. My biggest problem with this film is, am I going to be able to notice what part Singer did and what part the other guy didn't?
If you know Singer's work, you probably will.
Yeah, and that's going to be an interesting disconnect because...
Well, it could be about as interesting as Justice League was.
Yeah, and you got the Justice League problem.
From what I've seen, you finally got a biopic that's actually faithful to what the character is.
Tell me they're CGIing a mustache on him. See, if you're going to have two directors like Justice League, CGI a mustache on him.
Yeah, take the mustache off.
You want to not let that go.
It works so well on Justice League.
I want people to just not like this movie at all. So.
You know what? I admit, I went in not giving this any high hopes because the whole Sacha Baron Cohen situation in there.
I had completely even forgotten and wiped out of my mind the Becky's going to play.
I didn't even think it would be even get made. I thought it would be shelved somewhere like a Hendrix biopic that they were talking about for
Baron
20
Cohen
years.
Could probably do it, but I thought you'd have thought it was a comedy.
He would have hammed it up. He would have did the hammy parts.
It would have been more of a comedy thing. And so
not realizing that Freddie Mercury actually was a freaking genius at the time.
Yeah, when you went with Malek, you was like, okay, I'm going to take this film more seriously now.
I watched Les Miserables.
Why?
I still trying to figure it out. But I went to go see Les Miserables, and he's in that as a fairly serious character. Not completely serious.
Oh, he could. No, Sacha Baron Cohen could play a serious character, but
singing throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, he just didn't look like
he didn't take. I don't think he took the character Freddie Mercury as serious as Brian May and Deacon said.
Well, because Brian May and Deacon are living off of his money. He's a real guy.
So this may actually be one of the few biopics that may actually be faithful to the character.
Also coming out, we have yet another installment of the Girl in the Fill in the Blank series of film.
It is a reboot from the last film, which had Daniel Craig and Rooney Mara in it. Lower budget. Claire Foy, who was in The Crown, is in it. Directed by a guy who did horror stuff. The same story.
Does anybody still care about this franchise?
Are you kidding? The new books that came out, everyone buys the new books. They just like it. It's the same. And the trailer looks great. Looks damn good, and she's got the character down pat. Those books, as soon as they come out, are on the bestseller list. Everyone loves them. Everyone loves, and if you read those books, you go, "Damn, this looks like the other guy wrote them." It's amazing how well he is able to ape this. This is an international film. Everyone wants to see this thing.
Okay, if you say so.
Well, you never saw a Girl in Dragon Tattoo.
No, I didn't. It looks boring. It looks boring.
It's not anything but boring. Anything but boring. Even the Noomi Rapace verse 3.
I know it's pedigree. It's a Norwegian. Norwegian?
Yeah.
Yeah, Norwegian. Norwegian's
Stieg Larsson.
Stieg Larsson. Norwegian story, which was originally made into a movie in Norway, which then was picked up by Hollywood and remade as a movie here. Yeah. But it has all that Norwegian sensibility where everything is gray, everything is dark, everything is rainy, everything is Seattle, everything is, they've got a sale on razor blades at Walgreens. Let's all line up and
do a lot of frozen pizzas.
Knock our socks off.
But no, the trailer
it doesn't look like a walk in the park.
It's not going to be a fun.
It doesn't look like a lot. Well, exactly.
It's not going to be fun.
So I'm not running headlong into embracing it.
But I'm looking forward to this thing. I think it's pretty good.
Suspiria. They're remaking Suspiria?
Yeah.
Really?
This will be you, Rod, because I never really was fascinated with the first one.
I love the first one.
Yeah, the first one I was like...
Dario Argento? What was his name? Dario Argento.
Father of Asia Argento.
Yes.
This one remake, and it's apparently using Dakota Johnson for reasons that mystify me to this day.
Because she's a pedigree. She's Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith's kid. And she did the 50 Shades of whatever the hell things.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The last two of those did not break the money that they wanted.
She'll be naked a lot in this thing, right?
Yes.
Well, it takes after a month.
But the reason to go see this is because of the oh so creepy Tilda Swinton is in it.
Tilda Swinton's in it.
Any movie you put her in, if she looks like she's staring at you, she actually is staring at you.
Okay.
She's that creepy. Now, if this is going by what the remake was from the 70s, there's a scene in the 70s one which is probably, I believe Guinness Book called it the most brutal murder scene ever taped, and they actually thought it was a real scene.
I'm assuming they'll probably have that in this one as well.
This is about supposedly a ballerina goes to this all-girls ballet class in Berlin who just happens to be a coven of witches.
So, Girl in the Spider's Web, that is like the appetizer before you have the main meal of Suspiria.
Exactly.
That is your appetizer.
Exactly.
I'll have a Girl in the Spiderweb salad with some ranch dressing,
Suspiria.
And then for my main course, I'll have Suspiria and the most brutal murder ever filmed in the history of the world.
That's what you say.
You will not ruin my love of horror, sir.
And then I'll wash it down with a glass of razor blades when I sit down. Nutcracker. They're taking another run at the Nutcracker. Now, this is Disney, isn't it?
Yeah,
with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer.
This is some. Now, this isn't this supposed to be some sort of foundational movie for a universe building exercise out of the Nutcracker?
This is where all this comes from. Yeah, and I saw the trailer and went, I have no interest in all seeing this.
Disney trying to do their own, trying to restart another whole universe because they probably milked all they could out of pirates.
Yeah, I saw the film and went, okay, this is okay. I'll pass.
Well, Nutcracker, like Pirates of the Caribbean, is public domain.
It's public domain. You own it.
So
you're not paying for the rights.
Do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. You can create whatever.
I just remember going to see the Ice Capades of Nutcracker, and it was 3 hours. And I was going,
well, I'm assuming
really?
This will be less than 3 hours.
It's a Disney.
I took the little girl to see Nutcracker back when she was 6 or 7, I think, at the Airy Crown. Yeah, it goes on forever.
I'm assuming it's going to be 2 hours of that.
It is.
A little over 2 hours.
It is long.
It is long, yeah.
Well, this is the story behind the story. Or whatever.
The story behind the story behind the story.
And let me guess, this is a week before Thanksgiving, right?
Probably.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, remember that Wednesday before Thanksgiving, usually about 2 or 3 movies opening up that day. So,
you know what I like about stories behind the stories behind the stories? At some point, you open up the curtain and the wizard's sitting there in his underwear watching TV with a can of beer.
Hey, what do you want?
Leave me alone.
I'm trying to eat my snacks. Go away.
Geez, I'll hit the dials in a minute. Let me finish my beer. Okay, that's Nutcracker. Ballad of Buster. What the hell is that?
It's Ballad of Buster Scruggs. You forgot the thing. It's an ex-Coen Brothers film. It was supposed to have been a Netflix TV show, and they decided to make it a movie. It's a Western anthology.
Buster Scruggs?
It's a character they invented.
Oh, okay.
They invented the character for this film. But yeah, it was supposed to be on Netflix, and they said, this is a movie. Let's turn this into a movie.
So let's not do this as 13 hours. Let's do this as 2 hours. Is that what it was?
It was only 6 episodes to begin with.
Okay, let's not do this as a 6-hour thing. Let's do this as a 2.5 hour.
I guess there'll be a thread keeping all 6 of them together at the end. You go, oh, this all wrapped up. Coen Brothers.
It's a period piece Western?
Period piece Western.
And the last movie we got for November is Fantastic Beasts.
Jude Law playing young Dumbledore, who apparently is going to be gay. Johnny Depp, who apparently is acting quite in this thing, and it's a follow-up to the first film, which made a buttload of money. Okay, that's it for November. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Christmas time, folks. Oh, I can hear the jingle bells and the sleighs and the slush and the rock salt. We'll be doing rock salt December right after this.
Okay. You know, folks, there really is no other store that has as many sales as Alternate Reality. Beyond our signature sale of 15% off all new comics, we also have specialized sales peppered throughout the week, month, and year. For example, did you know that every Thursday is Ladies' Day at the store? That's right, ladies. Stop by the store and you'll save 20% off all of your purchases all day long. Ladies from 8 to 80 get a 20% discount on everything all day, every Thursday, only at Alternate Reality.
And we're back. Why is the first name on this list Dick Cheney? Who gives a about Dick Cheney?
Because it's Christian Bale. Oh, the former Batman playing Dick Cheney.
I'm Dick Cheney.
In a film directed by the Big Short's Adam McKay, which doesn't have a name right now. I'm assuming they'll get around to it because October's coming up pretty quick.
Torture him!
Right. So it's Christian Bale. It's a Welsh guy playing Dick Cheney, as you had Hugh Jackman playing Gary Hart.
You had a Welsh guy playing Batman, so what?
I'm Batman. I'm Batman. But yeah, that's going to be a Big Short like.
And that's why it's on the list, because you've got a Welsh guy playing.
I just think it's just weird. You got Christian Bale playing Dick Cheney. That's just strange. And apparently this will be warts and all. So you really hated him before.
But Cheney's not dead yet. It can't be.
He
that
might
wartsy.
As well be.
It can't be that wartsy.
So the scene where Cheney shot his best friend in the face.
We don't know. We don't know.
It's got to be.
But I'll be willing to bet. Adam McKay did not talk to the Cheney family. He just said, "I'm making a movie by Dick Cheney," and I bet he didn't talk to them at all. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff in there they're not gonna like.
On the basis of sex. What does this have to do with anything we talk about?
I just thought it was weird. If you look at the December film,
this is the second one you thought was weird. Why don't we just make a list of all the crap Bo thinks is weird?
Because it seems to me that all the best political films are coming out at the end of the year. This is Felicity Jones from the Star Wars film playing Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Why? I mean, she's obviously not Ruth Bader Ginsburg as she is today on the Supreme Court. This must be earlier in her life.
This is her first big deal case, and it's like, I'm like, oh, so there really aren't a lot of light films coming out in December. These are all the harder, heavier films coming out.
They usually come out around early summer.
They usually do. So December is going to be a relatively serious season as far as movies are concerned.
I don't see them beating down the doors and go, I gotta go see that Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
It's going to make... No, are you kidding? The documentary they did about her?
Yeah, I saw that.
Made a bunch of money.
I saw that. RBJ.
She's a pop icon.
No, in December we have the jewel of this year's DC movie universe.
And that film is?
Aquaman. The story of Arthur Curry.
Jason
Momoa, James Wan, the guy who did a bunch of horror films. He also did the last Fast and Furious movie. And preview audiences have seen this already, and they said it's good. I've read no bad reviews. It's not great. It's not Wonder Woman, but everyone walking out of the theater, the audience said, "Oh, we liked it."
And that's a big step up for the character.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10 people walking out of Justice League, you heard nothing good about it when you came out of it.
Well, that wasn't Aquaman's fault.
No, it wasn't Aquaman's fault. But yeah, Jason Momoa, I just think he's cool. And this film could be a big deal.
Will he be Aqua Bro in this film?
He'll be the same character he was in Justice League.
Oh man, Aqua Bro.
You're drinking a beer and jumping in.
Drinking a beer under the water. Yeah, that'll be great.
And no thought balloons, so you're actually going to hear them talking.
And Nicole Kidman is in this too.
She's playing, Nicole Kidman's in it, and Willem Dafoe.
She plays his mom, doesn't she? The Atlantean.
Yeah, she's at the status now where she's going to be playing mother roles now.
You know what? You get old enough, that's your job.
And
same thing happens to men.
Yeah, you get older. So. But no, this one could be interesting. It's going to be a completely different look. It's right before Christmas too. 21st is when it opens up. Christmas weekend. That's where you're going to make all your money.
Yeah, well, it could be a really good Christmas film.
Yeah.
No, it could. It could. Also opening up in December is Battle Angel Alita, or Alita Battle Angel.
Yes, for some reason they flipped the name around. Cameron is producing, he's not directing it. Now, I've seen the trailer for this a couple times, and actually...
You're a big manga fan, so how...
No, actually, I'm not. I'm not. But I saw the trailer and went, okay, I think I could probably go see this thing, because the trailer looked pretty good. But, am I going to start buying manga? Hell no. Not going to happen.
This could be the movie that does it for you.
It's not going to happen.
This could be the movie.
I'll go see the movie and go, wow, the movie's pretty good. You going to buy the manga? No.
Okay, this is live action, right? This is an animated.
Yeah, live action.
Okay.
Live action.
Do you know who's in it?
A bunch of unknown actors. Nobody really known. Nobody really famous.
This isn't one of these Chinese productions, is it?
No. This is James Cameron all the way. And this is a film that Cameron talked about doing, 15 years ago?
Steve Carell, and welcome to Marwen.
This will be the weirdest film of the Christmas season. Carell's playing a guy who came back from the war who's a little damaged.
He does dioramas.
Yeah, he does dioramas.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer.
And the dioramas are coming to life, and you're having all these adventures going on.
It's all these female-centric dioramas. He's making all these female characters as GIs. Yeah. They obviously weren't GIs.
No.
But he's making all of the GIs into women in these little dioramas, and then the women are coming to life.
Yeah.
And doing stuff with him. I mean, fighting battles.
Because he doesn't want to talk about his time in the war. And the first time I saw the trailer, I go, this is kind of interesting looking. And I saw it a couple of times. Okay, I could probably go see this. This is different.
I remember watching Carell 15 years ago eating jars of mayonnaise on The Daily Show. I never would have thought that this was the direction his career would take. I assumed he would be walking in the Robin Williams footsteps of mostly comedy, occasional serious stuff, but he's done mostly serious stuff.
Yeah.
And he's damn good at it.
He's real good at it.
Well, Last Flag Flying last year was incredible. He was great. Yeah, he's bouncing back and forth. Yeah, he did some comedies, but most of the stuff he's working on his dramas.
Also coming out around Christmas time is Return of Mary Poppins.
Well, Mary Poppins returns.
Mary Poppins returns.
She's back.
She's back, baby.
Yeah, Jim's real geeked about this.
He's actually geeked about Mary Poppins.
Yeah, he's one of the first films he mentioned. And I'm like,
what's wrong with Mary Poppins? Well, let me rephrase that. What's right with Mary Poppins?
Mary Poppins is what it was for the time: a light, fluffy,
Fluffy. Oh, it's not nearly that strong.
Let me see. You got parents who don't want to spend time with their
turned
kids.
Off. Yeah.
And a stranger comes in. Yeah, a stranger that can fly comes in there, and you just says, "Here, take care of my kids for me."
Well, she's basically the surrogate ultra mommy daddy.
She's mom
character.
She's the ultra mom and dad.
Because mom and dad are such total wastes of space. This woman comes in and becomes the center of the kids' universe because she does magic tricks and
stuff. She does cool stuff. And she can fly and stuff. Wow.
So what's up with this Mary Poppins thing? Return to Mary Poppins. Is this a sequel? Or is it a reimagining? Is it a remake? Is it a what?
No, apparently whatever happened at the end of the first film. Did she leave at the end of the first film?
Yeah.
She comes back.
Well, it's a sequel then.
And the kids are older. I'm hoping the kids are much older.
So they don't believe it.
So this is Superman Returns to the Superman film.
Yes, that's what it is.
To the Chris Reeves film.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's highly British, right? Because Emily Blunt is playing.
Yeah, Emily Blunt's in it, yes.
Okay.
John Krasinski's wife, Emily Blunt.
Starts off the year with one of the best horror pictures in years with A Quiet Place, and she ends the year with The Return of Mary Poppins.
Christmas time, you got your kids. That's the film you're going to go to.
Yeah, I think I'll be watching A Christmas Story for the 20th time.
Oh, I think there'll
Christmas.
be some crummy animated thing. Something of that level where you're a parent and you stand there and you're having to make a Hobson's choice between Emoji 3, Return of Mary Poppins, gun in the mouth. Which one do I
go? Pick? I'll pick Mary.
You know, I really don't see. I don't see kids going to see this picture.
I think this film will probably make a nice amount of money.
Overseas, altogether.
No. I think here in America it's going to make.
Well, it's a Disney thing, right?
Yeah, it's a Disney thing. Yeah. It's
so all Disney employees, in regards to them getting that raise and everything,
well, they might
gotta go see it.
They might Jungle Book this thing. Who's doing it?
But yeah, Jungle Book made a lot of money. No one thought that film was going to make money.
Yeah, but Jungle Book took the original source material, the animated series
and tweaked it
version, and they totally retweaked it.
And they did it, all in a studio, and they never went outside for location stuff. And I think this film's probably going to make a nice amount of money.
Okay, the last film on our list is the animated feature.
The feature.
Yes. Marvel's first animated feature. This is their Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't use that.
Yeah, because that was good.
It was?
Yeah.
God, yes.
It was. Yeah, I remember
Mask
that.
of the Phantasm is great.
That was real good.
And that came after several successful seasons of Batman the Animated Series. And this is coming on the heels of many successful seasons of what the hell does Marvel do animated that is successful?
XD Spider-Man.
XD Spider-Man stuff. Yeah, Spider-Man.
You mean from the 90s?
No. What is it, Nickelodeon or Disney?
It's on XD right now.
Yeah.
Disney XD.
Yeah. They had big success with the Spider-Man animated thing.
One, right?
Really?
Yeah. Even when even spin them off with had his own team and everything.
Yeah.
It's 9 years.
Okay, this wonderful piece of animated bile.
Bile?
Well,
That's a good word, animated bile.
What's the story behind this thing?
This one is
You know what the story behind this is? As DC lowers its animation standards, Marvel raises its until they find a level of mediocrity in the middle where they can shake hands and go, "Congratulations, welcome to my level."
This is introducing Miles Morales into the pantheon of Marvel movies.
Straight out of the series you were just talking about?
Yes.
So this is like Mask of the Phantasm.
This is like
Batman the Animated.
Yeah, this is introducing a character like there's more than one Spider-Man out there.
Right.
There's this character who basically is another Spider-Man, a different take, besides the fact that he's an African-American Spider-Man.
He's Filipino African-American or something.
Mix, he's
Don't culturally appropriate the Philippines.
I would never do that.
Tiger Woods is Spider-Man.
Tiger Woods is Spider-Man.
And voice talent, Nicolas Cage.
Oh, boy.
Nicolas Cage is doing one of the voices of this thing.
Don't tell me he's playing Johnny Blaze.
No,
that would be interesting.
I got to feel.
I'd pay to see that one.
No, I got to feel he's doing. I bet
you're talking about champagne glasses full of M&Ms.
I'm telling you, I know exactly who he's playing without even seeing this. He's doing the Osborn.
He could be Norman Osborn. He could be Harry Osborn. He could probably do both. He could change his voice. But probably some big deal voice talent were hooked up in this thing. So they weren't cheap on this. They went out from people who could cost money.
That's why Marvel's doing the Spider-Verse thing. The comic book series.
No, the video game.
To push this thing.
The video game is why Marvel's doing the Spider-Verse thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, the video game.
Yeah.
Well, is this, I assume, is going to tie into the video game, too?
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
Okay, and that's it for December. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have some final thoughts about the fall movie season.
Located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in the heart of beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood, Alternate Reality is the only brick-and-mortar store that discounts all new comics 15% off every day for everyone, and that's been since 1994. And all brand new first issues are discounted at 25% off every new Comic Wednesday. So stop on down and save some money.
And we're back. Gentlemen, it seemed to me that the 3 months worth of films that we talked about are awfully damn dark for the end of the year. There's no comedies opening up. Well, then again, comedies seem like they're sort of dead.
Comedies don't make money.
Yeah, comedies don't make money. But yeah, there's a lot of comedies that came out this year that no one went and saw because we didn't find them funny. But you've got some light films in here. You've got some films that are going to be adult oriented. You got films that kids will go see. You got films that adults will want to go see.
What we talked about is just a smattering of what's coming out this fall.
These are the big ones.
I mean, there's many other films that are coming out.
Yeah, there's a bunch of little films.
And I'm sure that there's a sleeper or two in here that you haven't mentioned that will wind up being a big hit that nobody's aware of right now.
Front Runner will probably be a big hit somehow. And because people will go, Hugh Jackman's playing an American? Let's go see this. And also, you have to have these films out by the end of the year to be eligible for the Academy Awards. And so...
How many nominations do you think Aquaman will get?
2.
How many nominations do you think Venom's going to get?
None.
There you go.
No.
Venom might get
DC walks away with it again.
No, Venom will probably get an effects nomination.
Well, so will Aquaman.
Yeah.
The whole damn thing takes place underwater, for Christ's sake.
But if you're expecting acting awards out of those films,
best costume.
It's not going to happen. What costume? No, Venom's all CGI. There's no costume involved.
Best jeans and
so it's going to be that ceremony that's before the Oscars. The science and technical.
The science and tech people. Some of these awards, they'll be given out during the commercial breaks. We talked about that last show. So some of these will be commercial break awards. This film won while you were out getting nachos.
Yeah, while you were out going to the bathroom, we gave away these 5 awards, which we really don't care about.
Yeah, this is a montage. These nice
we're not even going to read them off. Here's the montage we did.
Right.
Thank you. Okay, I'm moving on.
Yeah, that's it.
Here's Jimmy Kimmel with some jokes.
Jokes!
Any other ideas, cogent thoughts about the fall season?
How many of these films do you think you're going to see? 15?
Maybe 12. Maybe 12 of them.
I'm going to see all the films that I mentioned there, so that's 6 right there. Probably going to end up seeing like 20 of these movies, at least.
Well, I know already for October, I will be seeing every last one of those. Well, except for, I've already saw Halloween.
Yeah, you already saw Halloween.
So, yeah, pretty much the top ones on there, definitely A Star is Born.
Yeah. Nutcracker, not going to happen.
No, I can't sit through
Morgan Freeman's in it.
I don't care. I can't sit through Nutcracker again.
I don't give a crap about Harry Potter, so I'm not going to be seeing Fantastic Beasts.
You know what? Actually, the first one was good.
I don't care.
I know. But
it's the same thing as the Lord of the Rings films. I don't care.
You didn't like Lord of the Rings?
I don't care.
He didn't see him.
Okay.
I didn't give a crap about the book, so why would I go see the movie?
Okay. Alrighty.
And I will not be going to see Mary Poppins Returns. And I probably won't be going to see Into the Spider-Verse either. That'll be something, Netflix.
Will it show up on Netflix?
Well, actually, what's interesting about this is there are a couple films that are not on the list because they won't be in theaters. They'll be running on Netflix.
Yeah.
Paul Greengrass's next film is not coming out into a theater. It's coming out on Netflix like in November. And it will also be eligible for the Academy Awards because they'll run it in the theater for like a week or so. But there are a lot of big deal films that are not on this list from big name directors that are not going to be in theaters at all, as far as like in the city of Chicago is concerned, but it'll be in New York and LA.
Okay, and that's it. We're done with Finishing out here. We've got no more time to do any more talking about the fall preview season.
No time for crying.
Movie season, but You be sure to go to the store's website, myalternatereality.com, where you can find all of Bo's news, all of JR's reviews, shipping information about any week you want in October, November, December as we get to them. myalternatereality.com. Until next time, this is Comic Book Man. Bo, say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye, everyone.
Rod.
So long, everybody.
And until next time, this is me saying bye. Thanks a lot for listening. If you enjoyed this show, please like and share it with all your friends. We value your feedback, so drop us a question, comment, show idea, or complaint either at aircomics@msn.com or, if provided, in the comments section down below on this platform. The opinions expressed in this episode are solely those of the individuals and not necessarily those of Alternate Reality Incorporated. This show is, as always, coming to you from the Alternate Reality Comic Shop, located in the heart of beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie, serving Chicago comics fandom since 1994.
Now get out of here. I have to go back to reading everyone's emails over the PA system.